Caldera Elation Spa. 4 flashing dashes. Have removed and replaced 1 high temp sensor. 2 heater relay board. 3 topside control panel. Heater. Main circuit board. When powered from GFCI, set temp flashes, all control panel light blink, it show the Fahrenheit F for seconds and then the dashes come.
Welcome, how can I help you today? 4 dashes is a watchdog error code usually defined by bad sensors. You state you replace the high limit sensor. What about the thermostat, senor? If the sensors are replaced and the topside and the main circuit board, then it is a communication issue between the sensors, the topside and the circuit board. You need to be sure that the topside and the circuit board are compatible with each other. The replacement parts must be an exact match and part number replacement for the two to work together. I would say that the topside is not communicating with the circuit board.
It does not have a thermostat sensor. It has a pressure switch, and that was replaced when the new heater unit was replaced. The topside board flashes F and set temp. Then all lights flash and it goes to 4 flashing dashes. All parts were purchased from Caldera Spa parts, so they are the correct ones.
This is the troubleshooting guide from Caldera Spas. Everything is pointing towards the pressure switch according to Caldera. Try jumping out the switch, remove the 2 wires from switch and use a small wire to jump across the 2 wires to make the board think the switch closes, then see if the spa operates normally. Turn power off to spa first, of course. Entire spa is inoperative. Spa does not heat, jets and light operate. Display shows _. Jets weak or surging. Spa does not heat, jets and light operate. Display shows dash.
That may be the issue. The new heater has an internal pressure switch, the original had an external, and it seems to me it had another connection. Will attempt and respond in a day or so. Presently out of town. BTW, the circulation pump and the ozonator do work.
Okay, good. Try the pressure switch and let me know.
If this works, do I reattach the pressure switch wires to the board? Is this a temporary fix, or does the circuit board just need to be fooled once and then it will reset to operate properly?
If after you jumped out the pressure switch and it works, then you need to replace the pressure switch. This needs to be working properly for safety. Sorry for the delay, I was away for a couple of days.
I replaced the heater unit and the pressure switch on the new one is an internal, not external unit. I thought it's orange, but when I questioned the supplier, he replied that all of the new heater units are shipped with internal pressure switches. Seems that the older original one had 2 wires, pressure switch and thermometer, I think, and the new one only has 1 pressure switch. Could this be the problem?
There is always 2 wires going to a pressure switch. One goes on the top of the switch and the other wire on the bottom of switch. This is how the circuit board knows when the switch closes and allows power to the heater AC. If this heater does have an internal pressure switch, which I have never heard of, then the entire heater would need replacing if the pressure switch internally has failed. The thermostat and high limit sensor should be separate wires going to the circuit board. The circuit board needs to interpret the temperature of the water and proper calibration between the temp sensor and high limit sensor. If these are not in line, then you will also get the 4 dashes.
That is the problem. only have wires for the pressure switch and was told that they were the only ones needed when I replaced the heater.
I would reach back out to the supplier of the heater and ask the following: if there is an internal pressure switch in this heater, then how does it send flow issue to the circuit board to cut off heater power? If they give you a proper answer, then you can take the existing wires and connect them together to complete the loop, but be sure that the pressure switch is still in existence.
This is the email conversation that I had when I purchased the new heater. The supplier's response is included. So I just don't attach the old pressure switch wires? Should I detach the other ends from the circuit board? Sent from my iPad on April 6, 2015, at 9:37 p.m., Caldera Spa Parts Plus wrote the pressure switch is now internal, you no longer need an external pressure switch. You will attach the wires from the heater to the main board where the old pressure switch plugged in. Regards, Ian. On April 6, 2015, at 6:20 p.m., contact form wrote, submitted the form from your Contact Us page. A user has submitted the contact form on your store. Here are their details: email address, company name, I just purchased a heater unit from you for my Caldera Elation Spa. The pressure switch on the defective, old, unit unscrews. How do I screw the old pressure switch into the new unit? The pressure port on the new unit is not threaded. Caldera Spa Parts Plus http://www.calderaspapartsplus.com/.
Okay, so what the supplier is saying is that the new heater has wires similar to the old pressure switch wires you have, and they are saying to take the wires from the heater that look similar to the old ones and plug them into the circuit board where the old pressure switch wires plugged in, and remove your old pressure switch wires. But remember, there has to be a place that the power to the heater goes that is separate from the pressure switch, usually much bigger wires or a copper connector. This makes more sense. They are saying that their heater supplies you with new wiring for the internal pressure switch.
Yes, and that is what I have done. But I still come up with 4 flashing dashes.
I am still unsure why you say there is no thermostat. The thermostat is a separate sensor designed to tell the circuit board the current water temperature, and I know that Caldera Spa has a temp sensor. I reread all our notes, and the only thing you haven't replaced is the temperature sensor. This should be located in or around the filter area and has wires tracing back onto the circuit board. Read the back of the electrical box schematic to see where it plugs into board and replace that.
Yes, I replaced that as well. Actually bought the wrong size one and had to send it back. When I replaced it with the correct one, the 4 dashes still come up. You've been very helpful, but I probably need to call in a service tech at this point. Thanks.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.